Hi guys, how are you doing today? Welcome back to a random lifestyle vlog. If you're new here, my name is Paulina. This channel is all about beauty and that includes skincare, fragrances and makeup. Today we're going to be testing some new Charlotte Tilbury makeup products, and that's going to be mainly her new foundation and her new blush. So the foundation I'm talking about is the Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint Hydrating Foundation Stick. And this is what it looks like, and I've got shade 7 medium. And this is what it looks like inside. That is the shade. And then we have this blush here. This is Beautiful Skin Island Glow Lip and Cheek Weightless Cream Lip Blush Tint. And I've got Sun Blushed Glow. And this is what it looks like. The shade I picked up is pretty bright, but that is actually quite unique to my collection. I don't think I have anything in this kind of like a corally red shade. And then I have two more like bonus products I'm going to try today, and this is going to be Charlotte's famous Fire Rose palette. I've heard so many good things about this palette. Like, this is supposed to be one of her best quads ever, if not the best. So many people rave about this palette. It used to be very popular, but then it was discontinued and now it's back in stock. So I thought, why not? Let's try it out. And then the last product I'll be testing today is actually a freebie. I got this as a freebie from Charlotte Tilbury, you know, because I ordered quite a few things. And this is her bronzer. So this is Science Plus Color Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer, Smoothing Healthy Looking Glow Cream Bronzer for face and body, infused with hyaluronic acid and vitamin D. That's a long read. The shade I've got is number 2 medium. Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in. So let's start with the foundation. This is what it looks like. I picked up a shade 7 medium. I'm not 100% sure if this is going to be the right shade for me. It might be a little bit too dark, but that was the only medium shade that had warm undertone. The other shades with warm undertone were either light medium, which would be definitely too light for me, or they were just too dark. So hopefully this shade is going to be okay for me. This is my summer shade anyway, so fingers crossed. Let's see. So it says here, a long-lasting, easy-to-apply, buildable sheer foundation stick with a lightweight, breathable gliding balm texture that melts seamlessly into skin. Lightly glide on and blend from the center of the face outwards for a beautifying veil of color, built to customize your coverage. So let's try it out. I'm just going to apply it directly on my face. I'm going to apply it on one side of my face first so that we can compare. And apparently you can just blend it with your fingertips. I'm not really a massive fan of using my fingers to apply my foundation, so I'm going to use a brush. I prefer to use a brush with kind of like light coverage foundation, so I'm just going to blend it out. So as you can see, this actually looks very glowy already. This seems to be the thing with foundations in 2024. Most of them look very glowy, and as much as I get this kind of like glass skin look, I think in most cases you would probably need to mattify a little bit. So there you go. There is some coverage, like the redness on my cheeks is nicely covered, but it is very glowy. So let me do the other side of my face now, and I'll definitely need to mattify this a little bit, especially in my kind of T-zone area. I have to admit one thing straight away, it does feel really nice on my skin. It glides really nicely. It does feel very lightweight and almost like hydrating on my skin, which is good. This is definitely going to be a very comfortable foundation to use in summertime. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It is very glowy, although there's one thing that you need to bear in mind. I have pretty strong lights for filming, so obviously the glowiness is a little bit exaggerated here. It's not going to be as glowy in the natural light, but still it doesn't look particularly flattering on me without mattifying. So let's quickly mattify my T-zone, and I'm also going to mattify this under eye area a little bit. And now that it's not so reflective, you can see the coverage that it gives a little bit more. So it's like a light to medium coverage, perfect for like everyday use, I would say. It feels really nice on my skin. It looks quite good. So yeah, so far so good. I also really like this kind of like mess-free application. You just glide it on your face and then you can just blend it with whatever you want. Like if you want to avoid mess, probably better to blend it with like a beauty blender or a brush. But yeah, so far I'm quite happy with that. So let's move on to our blush. The shade I've got is Sun Blushed Glow, and this one is pretty intense. I mean, look at that. I picked this one up because I don't really have anything like that in my collection yet, so I thought, why not? Let's try something new. By the way, I really like the packaging. I think Charlotte Tilbury is pretty good at packaging in general. Apply to lips and cheeks for pretty, fresh blush and glow. So yeah, that's literally what it says. So let's swatch it first. Okay, so this is a pretty heavy swatch. Obviously, it's not going to look that intense on my cheeks. It's pigmented, but it does look like it's going to blend quite nicely and it's going to leave this kind of like a sheer coverage. Yeah, that actually looks quite safe to use. So I'm going to take my brush and apply directly from the pot to my cheeks. Okay, that was a bit unexpected. Anyway, I'm just going to apply whatever I have on my brush on the other cheek. And okay, this is a little bit more pigmented than I expected. Don't worry, I'm going to save it somehow. I'm going to take a clean brush and just kind of like try and blend it out. We don't really want to make it worse than it is. The good thing about creamy products is that they tend to blend out pretty nicely, so even if you apply too much, it's usually quite easy to, you know, kind of save the situation. Okay, so this is what it looks like after blending it out. Nothing too crazy, right? It just looked scary to begin with, so I'm just going to blend out the other side as well. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It just looked more scary than it really was, because this product blends out quite nicely. So even though initially it looked like I applied way too much product, it actually ended up being probably enough to give me this promised sun blushed glow. So yeah, I really like the final result, and considering how pigmented this product is, I can see this being pretty buildable. So yeah, these are the two new products by Charlotte Tilbury. What do I think so far? I think me and this foundation are going to be really good friends this summer, because I really like the way it feels on my skin. As for the blush, I like it for what it is. I really like the shade. It's a little bit different to what I have in my collection, but I don't find this product to be revolutionary or like different enough from like other products I have. So as much as I feel pretty confident to recommend this foundation, the blush seems very much optional. It's a good creamy blush, that's what it is. Okay, so these are the new products. So let's quickly test the two bonus items I've got. So I'm going to start with the bronzer. This is a Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer in shade 2 medium. This is what it looks like. Again, a really nice packaging, but as I just said, I think Charlotte Tilbury is pretty good at that. So this is the shade, and we also have this really large mirror here, which quite often comes handy, right? So this is a creamy bronzer, so that's probably going to be quite easy to use. It's supposed to be sweat proof and humidity proof. Lightly buff onto skin and blend with a brush for an all-over sun-kissed glow. So this is the shade. Again, pretty heavy-handed swatch, but I kind of wanted to see the full power of pigmentation of this product. Yeah, I like this color. I think I chose my shade well. This is how it looks when it's blended, and let's see how it actually looks on my skin. So I'm just going to start with my forehead. Okay, so this is a very naturally looking bronzer. It definitely looks like it matches my skin perfectly. It's a little bit darker than my natural skin tone, just enough to be visible, but not really too dark, so I don't really have to worry about going too like heavy with this. I'm just going to apply a little bit here, and then a little bit on my jawline here. So this is supposed to be a face and body product, so I'm just going to apply some on my décolletage as well to kind of give myself this kind of like all over summer glow. Okay, so it looks very natural and it does apply really nicely. I applied some on my décolletage and also on the right side of my face, so this is what it looks like. And compared to the side of my face without the bronzer, you can definitely see that it's giving me a little bit of this summer glow. Okay, let's just even things out now. Yeah, very summery look. I think for now everything goes pretty well together, but now we're going to test out the eyeshadow palette, and to be honest, I don't think this is going to go that well with the rest of the makeup, but that is fine. I just really want to try it out because this palette has been like everywhere and everyone seemed to love it, and then it was discontinued for ages and now it's back. This is Fire Rose Luxury Palette, and let's see if it's really worth the hype. So these are the shades, and I'm not going to lie, it actually looks pretty good, but I've also heard that the quality of this palette is just so much better than some of the other quads, so let's swatch it first. Okay, the pigmentation actually looks pretty impressive so far, so this is oh, that is good. Okay. Okay, I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. To be honest, I have quite a few of those Charlotte Tilbury quads, and they are a bit hit or miss. Some of them are really good, some of them are just not as good as you would expect considering the price, but so far, judging by the swatches, that is pretty good. So let's go ahead and try to do like a really quick makeup. There are only 4 shades. It's pretty easy. It literally tells you what to do. We have Prime, Enhance, Smoke, and Super Pop. So I'm going to start with the Prime shade, which is this one over here. So this is Prime, this is Enhance, this is Pop, and this is Smoke. So quite simple. We're just going to apply this primer shade kind of like all over my eyelid, but I'm not going to go all the way up to my eyebrow. I'm just going to stop a little bit like above my crease. We're going to move to our Enhance shade, and I'm just going to apply this in my outer corner and crease. I mean, first of all, the shades are really beautiful here, but I'm also happy to confirm that the quality does not disappoint. So I'm going to take a brush that's a little bit smaller. I'm going to use this Smoke shade, and I'm going to apply it in my outer corner as well. I mean, this is a really beautiful palette. I really love this color story too, and I mean, look how easy everything applies. I'm just going to blend it out. I'm going to apply this darkest shade on my lower lash line. And I'm going to move back to the primer shade here, and I'm just going to apply this in this kind of like inner part of my lower lash line. And then lastly, I'm going to apply this Super Pop shade over here with my fingertip, and I'm just going to apply it all over my eyelid. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I'm actually quite impressed. Let me just finish my eye makeup and let me show you how it looks. Okay, so this is the finished makeup, and what are my final thoughts? I mean, first of all, the foundation definitely has a lot of potential to it, and I think I'll be using this quite a lot this summer. I really love this eyeshadow palette. I was a little bit apprehensive, but I do really think it's worth the hype. It's a really beautiful color story, and the quality of this palette is really good. And these 2 products will probably be my 2 favorite items of today's video. But with that being said, I really enjoyed this bronzer as well. I mean, it's a really naturally looking bronzer. It just goes really well with my skin tone. It's quite a big product, but you know, you can use it on your face and on your body, which kind of makes sense. And as for the blush, this is probably like the least exciting product for me out of the whole bunch. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm actually really happy to have this shade in my collection, because as I mentioned that like 1,000 times, I don't really have anything in this shade as far as like creamy bronzers go. So it's going to be like a nice addition to my collection. But in general, this is just your regular nice creamy blush. I don't think it's like a must-have or a necessity to buy it. It's just your regular blush, I would say, in a nice shade. Okay, so this is everything from me today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you very much for watching. For more makeup related content, check those videos over here. I'm going to see you very soon. Take care. Bye.